So let's see what is a earned value management. Let's take an example. Say you have a project of installing 100 CCTV camera in a building. Let's call this as our scope of work or the scope baseline. And you have planned to install 10 CCTV a day. So you will be able to complete 100 installations in 10 days. So this becomes your schedule, or we call it as a schedule baseline. And say one technician can install 10 camera in a day and you have to pay him 1000 rupees a day. So the installation cost will be 1000 divided by 10, which is 100 rupees. And your total budget will be 100 into 100, that will be 10,000 rupees. So this will be your cost baseline. So this is a cost which you have decided for your project. Now you can represent this cost baseline if you plot your cumulative cost of the project over the project timeline. In our case, it will be a straight line, but in the real project, the curve is not so straight. It will start with low cost initially during the planning phase and then more cost in the execution phase. So it will be little curvy. Right? Now, let us try to understand some terminology of earned value management. So this total cost of the project which we have calculated is our budget at completion, or we'll call it as BAC. This is your total planned budget at completion for completing the project. Now, say you've started executing your project and on day 5, you want to know the performance of the project in terms of cost and schedule. So the first thing we'll find out is what is our planned value, or we'll call it the PV. Now, planned value is the authorized budget for your scheduled work. In our case, we plan to install 10 CCTV per day. So on 5th day, our plan was to complete 50 installations. So 50 into 100, 100 which is our per CCTV installation cost, it will give you 5,000 rupees. So the planned value was 5,000 rupees. Right? Now we want to calculate what is our performance. So say actually your technician were able to do only 8 installation per day instead of 10 as planned. So on day 5, they were able to complete only 40 installations. So the earned value, now this is a term, earned value, which is a measure of your work performance expressed in terms of cost. So what will it be? You have done 40 installation, you multiply it by 100, which is your installation cost, which will be 4,000 rupees. That means you have completed only 4,000 rupees worth of work, and we will call this as a earned value. Right? Now, other thing is, we'll find out what is the actual cost. So now let's say you have your planned resource cost was 1,000 rupees, but instead you paid 1,200. Say because of some shortage or inflation, you have to pay 1,200 instead of 1,000 rupees. So actually, for 5 days of work, you have spent rupees 6,000 instead of 5,000 as planned. So this is your actual cost of the project work performed. So we'll call this as an actual cost. So we've got 3 things: the planned value, the earned value, and the actual cost. Now, based on these 3, we'll calculate our schedule variance and cost variance. So now first let's calculate the schedule variance. And the formula for this is EV minus PV. Or to understand, it's a difference between the value of your achieved work and the planned work. In this case, it is 4,000 minus 5,000. 4,000 is what you have actually achieved and 5,000 was planned. And this will give you a negative value of minus 1,000. That means you are behind schedule by 1,000 rupees worth of work. right? So your schedule variance is 1000 rupees minus 1000 rupees. So minus is that you are behind the schedule, plus means you are ahead of schedule, and 0 means you are on schedule, right? Now if you want to see the variance in terms of percentage, we'll do the schedule performance index, or we'll call it as SPI, which is nothing but a ratio of your EV divided by PV, or your achieved value or your earned value divided by the planned value. So in our case, we have achieved 4,000 worth of work. We'll divide it by 5,000, which was our planned work, which will give you 0.8, or you can say it is 80%. That means you have achieved only 80% than what you have planned. If you had to achieve more, say if we take an example, say you would have installed 60 installation instead of 50, then your performance index would have been more than 1, or say 120. That means you would have achieved 20% more than you have planned. So your performance index, if it is more than 100%, then you're ahead of schedule. If it is less than 100%, you are behind schedule. And if it is 100%, you are on schedule. Right? So this was schedule variance and schedule performance index. Now let's see what is the cost variance. The formula for cost variance is EV minus AC, or the value you have achieved minus what actually you have spent, your actual cost. So in our case, we have spent 1000 rupees more than planned and achieved 1000 rupees less than planned. So your cost variance is 4000 minus 4000, which is actually you have achieved, minus 6000, which is your actual cost, which will give you a value of minus 2000. That means your budget deviation at this point of time is 2000 rupees less than what you have planned. Right? Now, cost variance and schedule variance are two different things. You can have a good cost variance but bad schedule variance, or otherwise also you can have a good schedule variance but bad cost variance. Let's take an example. Let's say instead of 1200 you would have paid 800, then your actual cost would have been 4000 rupees, and your cost variance would have been 0, because your planned value, your earned value is 4000 and your actual cost is also 4000. In that case, your cost variance would have been 0, but your planned variance, but your schedule variance would have been minus 1000. So you would have been good on cost but bad on schedule. Okay. So now, similar to schedule performance index, let's see what is the cost performance index. So the formula is EV divided by AC, or the achieved work divided by the actual cost you spent, earned value divided by actual cost. In our case, 4000 is what we have achieved, and divided by 6000 what we have actually spent. That will give you 0.67 or 67%, and it's less than 100%, so it's not good. Or we can say that we are 33% behind the cost as planned. Right? So to determine the status of the project, it is important to calculate both the cost and the schedule variance. Then only you will get the real picture of your project performance. So we have seen how our cost and schedule variance are calculated. Now let us revise the formulas again. So in actual, your cost baseline will look something like this. It will be a little curvy as we have discussed. And say at this point of time you want to find out what is the cost and the schedule variances, and you found out that your EV is this much, your earned value is this much, and your actual cost is this much. Then your schedule variance is EV minus PV, or this difference, and your cost variance is EV minus AC, earned value minus your actual cost, so this value. And positive cost variance and schedule variance means you are ahead of cost and schedule. Negative means you are behind the cost and the schedule, and zero means you are on track, on as per the planned, right? And we can also calculate our indexes, which is schedule performance indexes, EV divided by PV, or your earned value divided by planned value, and your cost performance index is EV divided by AC, or your earned value divided by actual cost. Now, more than 100% is you are ahead of cost or schedule. Less than 100% means you are behind the cost or the schedule by that much percentage, and 100% means you are on track or as per the planned value. Now, once we have our present performance of the project, we can do the forecasting as to how much it's going to cost to complete the project based on our current performance of the project. We'll call this as estimate at completion, or EAC. Now, you will have to take some judgment here, or to take some assumption here to calculate. Say if you assume that going forward everything will go as per the original planning, or let's say in our example your resource cost per day will be 1000 only and not 1200 which you've actually spent. Say you will manage to get the right rate of the resources going forward, and they will be able to install 10 camera per day only and not 8 per day, which has actually happened. Then your formula in that case will be your actual cost plus your remaining work, which is BAC minus EV, your budget at completion minus earned value. So in our case, it is your actual cost which you have spent till now was 6,000 rupees, and your remaining work is how much? 10,000 minus 4,000. 4,000 is what you actually achieved, so 6,000 is your remaining. So 6,000 plus 6,000 is 12,000. So your estimate at completion now will be 12,000, which is 2,000 more than what we have planned, right? And in the similar way, you can also calculate what will be your new end date. Now, which will be like 5 days we have already spent, plus what is the remaining work? 10 days of work was planned, and out of that only 4 days of work has happened. So 6 days of work is still remaining. So 5 plus 6, which is 11. So 1 day beyond your schedule baseline. Now, there's other way to calculate your estimation by considering your present cost performance index. Say in our example, we going forward we'll be able to install 10 camera per day and not 8 camera per day, but you will still have to pay 1200 instead of 1000 as per the original plan, right? That means you will be able to control your schedule going forward, but the cost you will not be able to control. Then your formula would be BAC divided by your cost performance index. So in our case, our BAC is 10,000 rupees divided by your cost performance index, which we have calculated as 0.67. Then your estimated completion would be 14,925 rupees, which is 4,925 above your planned budget. right? And similar way we can also calculate our new end date. So that will be the total days estimated divided by your cost performance index, which will give you approximate 15 days. So it is 5 days above your schedule days, right? Now, one more way to estimate is considering both your schedule performance index and your cost performance index. Say in our example, going forward, our resource cost will remain as 1200 only, as against 1000 rupees plan, and you'll be able to install 8 cameras only instead of 10 as per plan. Then your formula would be your actual cost which you have spent plus the remaining work divided by your cost performance index and your schedule performance index. So the formula is AC plus BAC minus EV, that is your remaining work, divided by your CPI and SPI. So in our case, 6,000 is what we already spent, and 10,000 minus 4,000, 6,000 is worth of work is still remaining, and that you have divided by your cost performance index and your schedule performance index, which will give you 17,194. That means 7,194 above your estimation. And the new end date as per these assumptions will be whatever days you've already spent, that is 5, and whatever remaining work as per the original plan, that is 10 minus 4, the 6 days worth of work as per the original plan, divided by your cost performance index and your schedule performance index, which will give you approximate 16 days. It is 6 days above your actual estimation for schedule. So we can, in the similar way, we can also calculate our variance at completion. Variance at completion is whatever budget at completion you have planned minus your new estimate at completion based on whatever assumptions you take. So this earned value management will give you a clear picture on your schedule and cost performance, and it will also help you to forecast your work so that you can take some right decisions at the time and you don't fall short of schedule or manpower at the end of the project.